Good afternoon, everyone. We will get started here in a minute as more people come on in. Hope you guys are getting your Clay Pals right now. Whitelist is open for active users. All right, we'll go and get started with a few quick updates for the week and move on to our featured project from Vic. A few quick updates. Keep an eye out for Stargaze Launchpad. Being worked on right now, and apply to be a featured creator there as well. There's one proposal on chain to sunset the Liquidity DAO and transition to the assets to marketplace DAO. And there is one on Commonwealth to lower the validator set from 130 to 100. And with that, I'd like to go ahead and welcome our guest for this week, Clayaverse. Welcome. This is Vic.
Hi, I'm Vic. I like 3D and NFTs, so I make both.
Great. Yeah, welcome back, Vic. You've launched a couple other collections on Stargaze, right? Can you tell us a little bit about those?
I think I launched one like 1.5 year ago. That was like the main one, and others are like custom made for someone, and others like Gameverse, just fun one. Doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, and your style is almost totally different from anything else we have on Stargaze. You use like claymation style of art. Can you dive a little deeper into your process? Maybe like what tools you use and how you start?
So, I'm modeling everything in ZBrush, and clay is usually what you kind of move around. So, in ZBrush, you have like multiple brushes you could use to sculpt, but I used only move tool because you cannot just like in real life, you just move, you don't add anything. And then I import it in Blender and render it there.
Do you sketch or do you have any concept art prior to going straight onto the computer?
Oh no, I usually prefer like sketching in 3D because I don't really draw anything. So 3D is like my main thing. And like I firstly I block out and then I make it more appealing.
And can you tell us how your style or your skills may have changed or improved over the last year and a half? Like the work looks different for sure.
Oh yeah. So I did change style quite a bit. So the first collection was supposed to feel like it was made by a child. So it was like goofy, not really, accurate. And for this one, it's more like refined and more stylized and childish.
Yeah, and what's your background with claymation? Did you watch any like claymation type TV shows when you were younger? Like any nostalgia or inspiration from those?
I think the biggest inspiration was a Thousand Faces from Nickelodeon. It's like a small episodes where people come to buy from and do silly things looking at the mirror. And I guess I would also mention there is a guy on YouTube called Sultan Shorty. He's doing like small videos with how he's doing like 3D, and it's kind of similar. It's stylized but uses like semi-real materials.
Yeah, did you ever play with clay as a kid? Like I remember when I was in school, they would have us go outside and dig into the ground and get some clay out of it and kind of mold something. Do you have that kind of experience as well?
Oh yeah, sure. I think I had quite a lot of different like clay bricks, and I would make like creatures from them. It wasn't like humans or something, just like blobs with eyes and other features like ears and stuff, but not nearly close, like not realistic.
And are you still playing with clay in real life or only on the computer now?
I prefer 3D. It's easier to change stuff there than in real life, and you have like undo button, kind of perfect.
Can you tell us how you originally kind of started this project? If there's any specific bit of inspiration or collaboration you worked with people on?
So initially it started as a Shim Gang NFT, so I just kind of looked at the random NFT from the Shim Gang and recreated it in Clay. I sent it to their chat group and they liked it. So that was like the starting point. And then I kind of evolved it into a human. And that's basically it. I did meet it with neck at first, but I got some feedback that it would be better removed. And it actually helps because it's much easier to create traits when you don't have like neck.
What do you mean by that? It's easy to create traits without a neck.
Well, if you look at the traits, some of them have like this skin showing up, and some of them like don't show skin at all. So if there was a neck, that could be very different to make traits that like don't show any skin at all.
Okay, so like a little bit easier off the process and the rendering, I assume, right? How long did it take you to render all of these?
So each NFT took me about like 10 seconds to render, but there are like thousands of them, so multiplies. And then I had to make like several batches because it does not look perfect from the first try usually. I have to kind of look out for first look, then adjust settings and do it over and over. So I think in total that was like 2 days or something.
And I think you mentioned that this is also what you do professionally as well, right?
Yeah, I do like visualizations and I don't really do any character related stuff, so that's kind of new to me.
What are some of your favorite traits in the collections? Like, how did you kind of design all of these traits?
I think favorite ones are like hats that are kind of like animals. So the starty one, the hamster, and there's like more. The reindeer one is kind of cute. So I usually just kind of basic traits were made looking at other collections, and then I was kind of sending sneak peeks, chats, and gathering feedback and what they want to see. And also when I watch some TV shows, I look at it and think, oh, I should probably make it.
And I think there may be something unique, right, about even the individual traits that they're all a little bit different.
Oh yeah, so even the same traits are kind of like banned differently or have like fingerprints at different spots. That was kind of random idea to make it so it was like more unique, so to speak. It looked like clay a bit more, as every single one were different.
Yeah, I saw the very coveted cactus was minted in the first round, so that's gonna have to go on the open market. Huh? I think you also mentioned you used I think ChatGPT for some help. How did you utilize that?
Well, so um, I did quite struggle with collecting whitelists because I did want to include everyone, and I wanted to kind of try something new. So basically, I chatted with ChatGPT quite a lot to make me a script that would kind of summarize all the wallets and give me like the result of the like wallet and amount of collections, whitelisted collections each wallet has, so everyone could mint all the tokens they are deserved.
Yeah, and then tell us a little bit about yourself, Vic. Like, how did you get into NFTs originally?
Oh yeah, I came into NFTs by freelance because I heard that you could basically get stuff for free and then sell it for money. So that was like kind of why I got.
And where was that? Was that originally on Stargaze or somewhere else?
That was way long ago in Solana. I don't think Stargaze were a thing back then.
And how'd you make your way down here to Stargaze?
Atom and airdrops, like everyone else did.
You got the Stargaze airdrop and started paying attention.
Yeah.
I'd like to also mention to people that Vic is an ambassador for Stargaze, and he's likely the person you guys will will interact with if you're in the Telegram. He takes really good care over there. So thank you very much for that, Vic. Um, what do you plan to do post mint? I mean, you're already at about 80 some odd percent here. Oh, 86%. So you may mint out right on the whitelist here. What are your plans post mint?
So I will take all these atoms and convert it to USDC, and I will basically just deposit them in Hyperliquid vault to get revenue going, and that will be like the thing that sponsors all the giveaways and prizes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and is this what you did with previous collections as well, or is this a new idea for you?
Yeah, pretty much the same idea.
And you're still distributing rewards from the old collections, right?
Yeah, it just will be more rewards and more fun stuff to do.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and get any questions or comments from the community up here. If you guys have any questions or comments, please request to speak and we'll get you answered. Also, feel free to drop a comment on the thread here. Like I said earlier, we're getting close to the 90% mint mark here on ClayPal, so grab yours while you still can. Vic, what was the most challenging thing about this collection, creating this one?
So I think there was like initial idea and like form basic shape of the charter that everyone will like, because it started quite different if you look at the earlier duets.
Yeah, how long was the entire process from when you decided you wanted to make this collection to launching it now?
That's way too long. I think I started last January and launching a lot now.
Okay, so a little over a year.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Style,
yeah.
style did change quite a bit during this time. Some traits may look a bit different, like early on traits and new ones.
Do you sometimes find yourself taking, some time off, maybe like a month or two, and coming back and deciding you just don't like that style, what you've been doing at all, and decide to change it?
Yeah, I usually like review old traits once in a while, and if I don't like it anymore, I just delete it, no matter like how much time I spend on them.
Did you do any other forms of art before this? Like any physical art or other types of digital art?
Now on 3D.
Only 3D art.
Yeah.
And this was part of like kind of your education, or just you did it on your own for a while?
Yeah, I was kind of experimenting on how to create like characters and stuff like that. Because creating only like objects and rendering them is kind of boring.
Do you have any advice for any new creators that are just starting out?
Well, I guess is to build the community first, because I've seen quite a few projects launching with like no community. They just come to Stargaze, buy the spot and launch with like no preparation. So you have to build something first and then launch.
So what's your approach to marketing and community building?
So I do have quite a few NFTs I airdrop to the creator wallet, and I'm using them to promote on X. And also the art, I think quite a few people would want to pick it as a PFP. So people will look at it and search what's that.
Are you still a fan of claymation media, like films and claymation? Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually recently watched the Shandy Ship. It's quite cool.
Yeah, is that something you would like to get into yourself, working on a narrative type of creation?
I mean, yeah, that would be fun to explore more in depth.
Yeah, I mean, all of these little clay pals could be their own little characters, have their own little personalities. Is there anything you wish you knew about launching a project before you did?
I think I would wish to know how much it actually takes time to make it, because it took way longer to make than I initially thought. I think in February I was seeing someone that I will launch in April, then in May, and I launch now.
Yeah, the timeline to launch, I mean, for anything really does get pushed back. So, especially when you're You were basically working on your own for this, right? You are the artist, the creator, kind of the brain behind the entire project, right? Is there anyone else on the team?
There's also Zoo. She's making giveaways and she's helping on Discord. And that's basically it. Only two of us doing the whole thing. And the community helps quite a lot with ideas and just chilling.
Yeah, are there any traits from other collections in this one from other community members?
Oh, quite a few. I mean, you could probably see the sturdy head, and there is also a witch costume for pixel witches, and there's also quite a few backgrounds that Spotty, the ask to mate. So like the one with bones and fishes, she kind of asked me to make these backgrounds.
So this is these are the clay pals, right? And you had the wildlife collections before. Is there what else are you thinking about for the Clayverse? Is there anything that you want to mention or talk about right now?
Well, I think it's quite complete collection because I have like people and animals, and I don't think that anyone else is coming, at least for now.
I would love to see real clay figures one day. Maybe a fun little community contest would be nice for that.
Oh yeah, I think that it would be next week. I hope. I will announce it a bit later.
Oh, okay, cool. So a little bit of alpha for that. You want to expand on that, maybe?
Well, probably next week we will have a contest with like actual clay and to make like characters, and there will be like cool prizes, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be fun to participate. All right, guys. As if we'll take another call for any questions or comments from the community for Claverse here with the Clay Pals. We are at 88%. So you're edging close to minting out here. Congratulations on that.
It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, and I believe it's getting a little later there in the day for you too, right? So hopefully you're able to celebrate a mint tap before you go to sleep.
Surely I will not go to sleep until it mints out.
Good,
You hear quite a lot of coffee.
a good reason to stay awake, huh? Is there anything that we missed about this collection that you'd like to discuss, to talk about?
Now I think we discussed everything.
Okay, and what's the best way for people to interact with you and the project?
Well, if you want to kind of contact me, you can do it on Discord or on Twitter or Telegram and like everywhere. And if it's like project specific, so it's better to contact me on Twitter.
Yeah, and I think as I mentioned before, Vic is an ambassador for Stargaze, and he's always on the Stargaze Telegram account, so you'll see him for sure there. All right, Vic. Well, thanks for joining. This has been a fun chat, and congratulations on how well the mint is doing. Edging even closer every time I refresh the page here, so we're at 88.4%. So yeah, looking forward to the mint out and the Clay Pals IRL claymation clay creation next week. I hope someone actually puts their clay in a kiln and fires it up. I think that'd be great. I have very fond memories of Gumby. Okay, thanks a lot, Vic. We will see you guys next week. Have a great Freshman Friday if it gets to that point, and talk to you guys later.